See you then. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly's plan to axe the food tax has been struck down by Republican lawmakers. The motion would have food sales tax in the state go down to zero. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky shares why some in Kansas were hoping for the sales tax to decrease and why that proposal was struck down.
Right now, Kansas has the second highest food sales tax rate in the country at 6.5%. Kansas officials are trying to cut some of those taxes, known as Axe the Food Tax Plan.
And when we look across at different policies in our community, we see that the sales tax is something that negatively impacts our residents, and it also impacts our local grocery stores.
Thrive Allen County is a nonprofit focused on the health and wellness of the community. CEO Lissa Regier says they work with families in need of financial assistance. The money that would be saved from the loss of the sales tax could be huge.
We know in Southeast Kansas, we are a more depressed area. Our wages are lower. It can mean more nutritious food that can be purchased at our grocery stores. It means possibly being able to better pay rent and utilities.
On Tuesday, the legislation was voted down. Those in opposition say they worry about state spending.
I know there are people who will look at this and say, if you're cutting the sales tax, that means that there is a lack of funding going into the state. But currently, the state has a surplus.
The state projects Kansas could collect a surplus for the upcoming fiscal year. Marilyn Logan is the general manager of Marmaton Market in Moran, Kansas, and says the current sales tax in the state impacts not only the store, but customers as well.
Our sales tax is exorbitant on food, and there's no reason for it to be that high. The majority of the people that shop at my store are middle to lower income, so they don't have a lot of disposable dollars to spend on food.
And rising costs don't help.
We had to explore alternatives because the main suppliers that we were used to using did not have the product. And we're still 2.5 years later in that very same situation.
In Allen County, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
State Democratic leaders said they plan to continue to work toward dropping the state's grocery sales tax.